Are you falling for anyone that pays attention to you? Perhaps you're yearning for love, for the closeness of having someone in your life. But it's equally critical that you learn to connect with yourself, accept yourself, and recognize what you're searching for in a partner. In this episode of True Love Knots with Maria Romano, she will talk about things you need to do when you're in search of love.
Hi, everybody. Hello, Maria Romano, founder of True Love Knots. I'm just waiting for Facebook to spool up so we can see what's going on Facebook. And hi, everybody. I am a little late. Let me move my microphone closer. Excuse me. I'm a day late. Yes. So yesterday I had some power issues, unfortunately. I had to deal with that. I had a new electrical panel put in and my power didn't go on until 11 o'clock last night. So I was beat. But I wanted to bring to you today really some valuable talk today about, are you love starved? Are you falling for anyone that pays attention to you? Now, before I start with this talk, first of all, as you know, every week I bring you some valuable information about dating. And this information I've accumulated through my learning process of working with clients, my own personal experiences myself, because I'm single and I've been out there in the dating world. So anything I share with you is something that I've probably have experienced myself most of the time, as well as also, I want to be able to help people, because getting back in the dating world, and especially for people that are 50 plus, maybe it could be in your 40s, whatever it is, getting back into the dating world is a little difficult. You've been out of it for a while, maybe, and it's a little frightening. And that's what I really want to help you. So as you all know, that if you have any questions about anything that I discuss, please feel free to email me, maria@trueloveknots.com. And remember, the KNOTS is how I spell the knots, but I'm here to help you. And the other day I was chatting with a friend, and also then I got on the phone with a client, two similar situations of how these women, they met somebody and they just feel like, oh my gosh, this guy really pays attention to me. He thinks I'm beautiful. He thinks I'm wonderful. He adores me. He can't understand why a person in my life that left me didn't feel the same. Well, let's take this and dissect this for a moment. And most of the time, now I want to preface, most of the time this happens to women. And I've had this happen to me too. I have too had this happen to me, especially after a couple of years after my husband passed away and I decided to get back in the dating world. And I dated somebody for about 9 months and it just didn't work out. But then when I met somebody else that really started to fill what I thought was a void, and this is what I see as a pattern with a lot of women, is somebody just fills a void because you might have been out of a relationship for a while and you're looking for that love, you're looking for that intimacy, not just the sex, but the actual intimacy of having somebody. Probably the most difficult thing for people that are single, to become single after a while, like I did, is being alone, of having dinner by yourself, maybe waking up in the morning or going to sleep by yourself. And we're looking for that companionship. But this is one thing that I've gone through myself, and this is what I share also my clients, is it's important to learn how to get in touch with yourself and love yourself and identify what you're looking for in a relationship. So with that said, when you do that, when you take the steps and you go out and search with a clear mind, healthy mind, you're going to attract an individual that's going to be on the right path as you. And there are times when I see, mostly this is women, and I too, like I said, it's gals, so please don't get upset. Most of the time it is women that they meet somebody, and because that person pays attention to them, says the right things, they automatically fall. They fall in love, or they think they fall in bed right away. We've all been guilty of that, maybe one time or another. Why? Because somebody said, you know what? You're so beautiful. You're so intelligent. You're so smart. And they make you feel like you're a queen. And you should be made to be felt like a queen. However, in a healthy relationship, that takes time. And what happens is when somebody shares that with you and they're preying on you, and I don't mean P-R-A-Y, I'm talking about P-R-E-Y-I-N-G, when they're preying on you, that's when they take advantage of your vulnerability. And what do? You pour your heart out to them, right? And you know what? That's okay to pour your heart out to somebody. But what I want to say is that that is something that's earned before you share that with someone. That you have to feel that you can trust someone. And before you can love someone, you've got to trust them with your love, because love is the most precious gift you can give someone and they can give you. But it's not something that happens overnight. I'm not saying that you can't have a chemistry, but love does take a little time to nurture. And it does. So when you're out there in the dating world, and especially if you're getting back in the dating world and you come out of a relationship where a lot of your needs were not met, take a moment and make sure you recognize that they were not met, but don't turn around and fall for the first person because they're preying on you. And that's what happens. And that's when you wind up getting sucked into a relationship that sometimes doesn't serve you well. Or really the other party. The other party is the one that's taking advantage of you. And that's what's important, is that you understand that, because that's when it happens. And sometimes you go too far into the relationship that it's hard to back out. And especially when we get to a certain age in life, because we feel, oh my gosh, am I going to meet anybody else? This might be the best there is. Or you could think, maybe somebody else pays attention to you and you are dating somebody, and that somebody is giving you this attention and preying on you. And then somebody else reaches out to you. And then you're thinking, oh my God, I must be so desirable. So this is where you either fall for that one person. Okay, you fall and you stay in the relationship, but it's not right. Or you're in a relationship, they're trying to give you what they think you need. And then somebody else starts paying attention. And before you know it, you're thinking, oh gosh, maybe the grass is greener out there. So that's when you start jumping from one relationship to another to another. And you know, what I share with you is really advice that I have myself. I've lived through it myself. I speak to a lot of people out there that are looking to get back in the dating world. Just today, I met a beautiful lady that was married to somebody for over 23, 24 years, 4 beautiful girls. And she said, you know, I realized as I look back that my husband was satisfying my needs. He was love bombing me. And this is what happens because you are vulnerable when they love bomb you. And that person then turned out to be a narcissist 4 kids later. I mean, this is why, now I'm not saying that it was a bad relationship, but you know, nobody goes into a relationship wanting to start off in a divorce. And especially if you're getting married for the second or third time, the divorce rate only goes up. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't go down, it goes up. They say second, third, and fourth marriages, the divorce rate is 70, 75%. And that's why I bring to you every week valuable information, excuse me, that helps you with dating. So you can go out in the dating world with a clear mind, with a clear path, and with a clear picture of who you are and what you're looking for in a relationship, your must-haves. So when you get back there in the dating world and you start meeting people and somebody becomes a little too good to be true, and I have to say too good to be true, take a step back and ask yourself, why? Is this person really authentic? Is this person looking to fast track a relationship? Maybe because they feel there's something I have that they want, but is that going to serve you best? And that's something to think about. You know, especially again, people that are at stages of life, 50s, 60s, and 70s, you've built up a tiny bit of a nest egg and you don't want somebody preying on that as well. So if you feel that you're vulnerable to being love bombed and you're susceptible, you feel you love stuff, I want to hear about it. I want to hear about your story. Let me know. Send me a message. And you know what? Maybe somebody else can benefit from your story. And then, of course, maybe you came out of it, or you realized maybe you went through some disappointment, some heartache, and you cried, and maybe you spent nights drinking wine and eating a lot of, M&Ms. But the point is when you go through these type of experiences, let it be a lesson that you learn. Don't kick yourself and say, gosh, I should have known better. No, take it as a lesson to be learned. Okay. So just don't fall into the trap of somebody that's going to love bomb you because you're love starved. Right. So take that. You can take that to the bank. Now, I also, just before I sign off tonight, I want to give a plug. On starting Wednesday at 2 p.m., I have a complimentary webinar on how to officiate ceremonies, 3 things, 3 tips behind the scenes. If you're interested in maybe looking for a new career path, maybe you want to add to your income, maybe you're just bored with what you're doing, you want to make sure that you are impacting other people's lives and fulfilling yourself, and best of all, making money, go to my website, check out my events, join us. It doesn't cost anything. You'll learn something. You'll learn at least behind the scenes of officiating wedding ceremony. And then, of course, if you have anything you'd like to share with me, maybe something about this particular talk tonight, piqued your interest, triggered a memory, something you want to share, please let me know. I want to hear your comments. So in the meantime, it's July. Today is July 20th. I come to you a day late and I apologize. And make sure that you continue to stay healthy, happy, and safe. Happy dating, and always remember to spread love. Good night, everybody.